Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Wealth for Generations. I am accompanied here today by my lovely co-host, Miss Jessica,
Hello.
and I am also accompanied by my engineer of all engineers, Mr. Dip to the Lean. Hey, what's up, y'all? How's it going? How's it going, Dip? How's everybody doing today?
Good.
It's going good, man.
All right, yeah, I'm doing good myself. Like I say, every time I come in here, I feel like we're doing something great. So I love coming in here. Today on Wealth for Generation, sorry, I'm all on my phone. I got to get my shares and my likes and stuff like that, so y'all can come watch me. So I'm sharing and liking this stuff, so y'all can come watch me right now. So everybody who is here right now, though, thank you. I appreciate you for being on time and being all about it. Let's get some of these shares out real quick. Bam, 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 bam. How you doing today, Jess?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing good. Just trying to get these shares in, you know.
The whole time,
They don't know that something's messed up unless we tell them that
Oh, yeah,
something's
they
messed
see
up. Yeah, actually, no, that's one of the ones that's kind of hard to.
Pay no
Just-
attention to the flashing TV behind me.
Yeah, pay no attention to that. No, none at all. Technical difficulties a little bit here. So, today on today's episode, we are going to be going over respecting the process. You gotta respect it. You know, put some name up on the process. Put some respect on the process's name. Yeah, something like that. So, basically, like the first episode, if you guys have been following along and paying attention, on the very first episode, it was me and Mr. Dip over here, my engineer of all engineers. And we wanted to let you guys know that, you know, like Kanye said, I ain't got all the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway. Sorry, I just had to get it in. I was telling them earlier I wanted to do that. But I just want to let you guys know, like, we don't have all the answers yet. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to do wealth podcasts and stuff like that, and they're already wealthy. They're already wealthy, and they're trying to let you know what they did, but they're like a great chef. Like, honestly, I don't know how many of you followed, but I feel like it's almost like cooking. You want to show them what you got, show them the end product. It looks beautiful. You're like, oh my God, that looks so delicious. How they make that. I dropped my sign, but that can stay down there because you guys are more important that I go live on Instagram. So I'm gonna leave that down there for a minute. But it's kind of like cooking, you know, you're not gonna give out your whole recipe just because no, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I did it. But you always want to keep the secret ingredient, you know? And a lot of these people that are doing these wealth podcasts and these motivational speaking for you to get wealth and get money, they always withhold that secret ingredient. So I want to let you guys know that we're all growing together here. And I don't want to withhold the secret ingredient because you know what? There is no secret ingredient. The secret ingredient is believing in yourself and being involved in a community with other like minded people that can help you continue to believe in yourself as you go on your goal. So at Wealth for Generations, we're just trying to help be part of that community for you and let you know that if you're an entrepreneur out there and you're struggling and you're doing all you can do and you're feeling like you're getting to, ooh, that's loud. Let's put that on mute. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you're an entrepreneur out there and you're struggling, you're having a hard time and you're thinking about quitting, which happens, you know, don't let any successful person tell you that they never thought about quitting because it's probably a lie. I'm not going to say 100%, but over 90% of successful people have thought about quitting at one point. And you don't have to. Just keep believing in yourself. We're all in this together, and we will all succeed as we build this community of talented individuals. Go team. Community of talented individuals. Go team. So, first and foremost, though, on the episode, after my little tangent of letting you know that we're here together and we're doing this together, like always, we're gonna go into our health is wealth. Excuse me, we're gonna go into our health is wealth segment of the day, first and foremost. So, today we're gonna do it a little bit different, and Jess is actually gonna do it all by herself. Well, for the most part, she's gonna do it all by herself. So
Mhm.
today, we're going to be talking about CMOS for health is wealth. So, Jess, would you like to inform us what you have today for the health is wealth and about CMOS?
Yeah, so actually last week I applied to do, I got to get an LLC because 'cause I'm starting a business.
Woo,
Um,
woo.
yeah, doing CMOS, and, mine's a little different than what I've seen out there on the market, so I'm pretty proud of the product.
Hmm.
So there's different colored sea mosses, and I chose to use purple, gold, and green as the base. And sea moss, it's good for getting rid of free radicals in the cells, cell protection. It improves your skin, rich in antioxidants, decreases inflammation, and regulates gut health.
Hmm.
Then the gold moss is good for cellular communication. It has vitamin A, B, C, D, E, and K in it, as well as iron, calcium, sulfur, magnesium, zinc, iodine, and fiber. So it's really great for feeding the good probiotics in your belly, in your
Get that
gut.
good gut, that good
Yeah.
gut going.
Mhm. And then the green sea moss, it contains chlorophyll, which that in and of itself is just really amazing for cleansing and building the blood. Um, it increases hemoglobin, and you can actually use chlorophyll in a blood transfusion in
Mm.
case of emergency. If they don't have your blood type, chlorophyll is so closely related to our blood that we can use it as a transfusion for blood. So I love chlorophyll.
The more you
Hmm.
know.
And it promotes liver health and strengthens your immunity.
Awesome.
So that's the base of the sea moss. It also has bladderwrack, ashwagandha, and burdock root in it. So those all have amazing
And that's
health
also part of the
benefits.
base. The
Mhm.
ashwagandha, the
Bladderwrack,
bladderwrack, and the what root?
burdock root.
Burdock root.
Mhm. So it's very cleansing. It's good for blood sugar, stress and anxiety, cleanses toxins. So it's just like a real powerhouse of ingredients here.
Did you know though
Hmm.
that Bordock,
Burdock.
Burdock.
Yeah,
Sorry, for some reason I was envisioning that O, so I was like Bordock. But did you know that that is actually closely related to the spelling of Goku's dad's name?
I did not.
Why
A little
would
bit
you
of.
know that, bro?
I've
Why
made her
would you?
watch. I've made her watch quite a few of the
She
episodes.
has a life.
Yeah.
That's
I've fallen asleep to many episodes of
in the middle of some random cartoon character yelling. She's fallen asleep plenty of times.
Yes.
Ooh, I bet.
But what were you saying? I'm sorry. You said that there was certain benefits to each one, or did you already
Yeah,
go over that?
um, yeah, so a lot of it kind of coincides with each other, but, like brain support, thyroid support, cell protection, anti-aging, reduces stress, anxiety, increases oxygen, reduces blood sugar, good for inflammation, brain function, increases muscle strength, reduces allergic reaction, cleanses toxins out of the blood, inhibits cancer growth, clears skin irritations, anti-inflammatory, strengthens the liver, antifungal. So it's
Nice,
really like a
nice.
powerhouse to start your day, you
Yes,
know?
yes. I have been using it very much, and I enjoy it very much. So
Mhm.
you said that you I don't know if you guys caught it, but you do have your LLC in progress for this, correct?
I do. Mhm.
So I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but I think you mentioned that you did do a little pop up already, right?
I didn't mention it yet, but yeah, I did First Friday, my first event.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
So what all did you have going on at the first Friday as far as product?
So I had the sea moss, which I have 3 different flavors: banana, cinnamon, mango, and strawberry. And I picked those because, I mean, you can put banana basically in the base of any smoothie.
Anything.
Um, you can add it into oatmeal. You can put it on toast and put some fresh bananas and some nuts on it, or, however you want to dress it up. So the flavors I picked are kind of universal, where you can use them in multiple different ways, put them in yogurt, put them in smoothie bowls, or, however you like to incorporate it.
Awesome, awesome. And
Mhm.
like I said, like I'm letting you guys know what's going on with us. If you want to chime in and message in the comments or even email me at some point and let me know what you've got going on as an independent entrepreneur or local business or anything like that, feel free to contact me. Maybe we can get you on the show. You can reach me at Facebook, or you can reach me on Facebook under Elijah Lee, or you can go on my Instagram at Elijah underscore M underscore Lee. But we've got some other surprises for you guys that we've been working on, and that actually things that we have brought to fruition after months and months and years of me thinking and thinking and thinking and
Thinking.
thinking and thinking and thinking. But we have some cool stuff going on, and we got some supporters out there, and we know that if we tell our story, that we could also encourage and help motivate and keep people going, letting you know that it's possible to do it. You don't need to go through all the specific guidelines. Get it how you can get it. Just get it
Mhm.
done. Respect the process. You got to put in the work. That's the most important part. Put in the work and you will succeed.
Mhm.
So,
Especially if it's something you're passionate about or believe in, right? Because then it's easier. If
mhm,
you're doing it just for a paycheck, you might not stick with it when the road gets bumpy.
right? Or end up hating it. Then you end up at one of those situations where you have your own business and yeah, you may be making money off of it, but you're just like the other person who wakes up hating their 9 to 5 and going to work. You want to be able to do something that you love. First of all, you don't ever want to start a business, honestly, if you're not passionate about it. Like
Mhm.
there's no point in even starting that business, first of all. But you also had some other things. I'm not sure um, what it may grow into, but you also had some earrings,
Yeah,
right?
wood earrings, they're really pretty. I like them because they're lightweight. I wear them all the time. They're eco-friendly, which I love because I love reducing the waste that goes into the earth. So I like the wood or bamboo products.
Mhm.
And I also will start a tea line here shortly as well. So I'm starting to do some research on that. So the teas will be geared towards maybe headaches or menstruation or prostate, or,
Mhm.
just cleansing the colon, just different things. So it can be used medicinally.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah,
So
I'm
we got
excited
sea
about that.
moss and earrings, and in the future, we'll probably have some teas going on.
Hmm.
So, the earrings were are they
A hit.
still going the same price? Are you gonna, like, post those and stuff?
They're
So we
gonna
can drop that
be
out. We can be like, "Oh, they're this much." Post some pictures if you wanna reach out.
Yeah, they're 7 each, and then, I'll probably run specials
Okay.
for if you buy them in bulk.
Awesome, awesome. So keep your eyes out if you're following Jess already. If not, we'll drop all that information towards the end of the show. How to follow us, I'll drop my information again as well. But yeah, if you're interested in some earrings, keep your eye out for those posts, and maybe you can get some cool earrings. And like she said, she was willing to work with you on bulk as well.
Mhm,
So that is going to be it for our health is wealth segment. So we're going to go into the wealthy wisdom today, which I think a lot of people in the entrepreneur lifestyle can appreciate this quote that I want to share with you guys today for wealthy wisdom. This quote comes from a gentleman that I've followed for a very, very long time. And I've wanted to do quite a few things just like this gentleman in my life. And I have accomplished some of these things, honestly. Um, But this guy, uh, has come from a very low and negative type of environment, low poverty, meaning low poverty, negative environment, to rise to be a gosh, he's a CEO, record label owner, youth football coach. Uh, he's just a phenomenal man. And this quote that I'm using by him was actually a speech from his Hollywood Walk of Fame star, um, not nomination, but his when they gave him his star. This is what he said in his speech.
Who is it?
I'm gonna let you know.
The suspense.
So this gentleman, this is what he said in his speech for his star. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for being me at all times. Snoop Dogg, you a bad motherfucker. So I want to say that quote and dedicate that out to all you entrepreneurs out there who who are living that tough life, man. You got full-time job, trying to start a business with kids, or you're going to school full time, helping out the house, trying to start your own business. Like a lot of people don't understand like being an entrepreneur. Yeah, it's cool being your own boss and making your own schedule, but you still have to be a boss. You still have to have a schedule, and everything else in life is still going to happen. You still have to deal with that flat tire. You still have to deal with your kids. You still have to deal with your in-laws, your parents, or whatever just happens. It's still going to be there, as well as trying to start your own business and do all that stuff yourself. While you're wearing you're being a entrepreneur, you got 7 hats as it is just for your business, let alone what you got going on in your life. So every once in a while, I want you guys out there, and you, Mr. Dip, I want you guys all every once in a while to say a speech like this to yourself in the mirror. Just look yourself in the mirror and be like, I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for being me at all times, because none of us are going to be able to receive success or achieve success unless we do these things. Were you going to say something, sir?
No,
Oh, okay. You look like you were getting ready to drop some 2 pennies real quick.
no. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, you have to believe in yourself. That's
Mhm.
that's the first thing. That's the first step to getting anything done. If you don't believe you can do it,
Right.
Mhm.
And I
then
feel like a
you're
lot of
already defeated.
right. And I feel like a lot of people in our shoes and trying to create their own business and create their own legacy and success, we often forget to take the time to thank ourselves
Mhm.
for getting ourselves to where we are right now. And that goes along with your your self-love as well. You know what I mean? Sometimes even if you are getting it from your lady or your parents or whoever your significant other, even if you are getting thanks from them and congratulations from them, you still need to thank yourself when it comes down to it. Because, like he said, if you weren't you and you weren't believing in yourself, then your success would be non-existent. Non-existent. So that is going to be the wealthy wisdom for the day. And then we're going to get into the wacky wealth. Excuse me. I'm gonna switch it up on you. I told you we're gonna do it a little different, but I'm gonna switch it up. Throw a little fastball for you, curveball. So, we're gonna go on to the wacky wealth, and the wacky wealth today is gonna be talking about us hustling on the street. So, there's another business that we have started. We are official. We have our EIN. We have LLC. It's something that's been in motion for a while, but we just recently got our very first location for a company called Ray and Sons. It's healthy vending. So it's Ray and Sons Health First Vending. When you're out
Mhm.
on the go, it's an option to put your health first still. instead of being out there and having to get McDonald's or have to go get those Takis or those hot Cheetos. You can still put your health first and make some good choices out there. So we did get our first location. Hold on. Our I took a picture of it real quick. Okay, sorry. So if you are in need of any vehicle services, such as like your registration, inspections, DUI classes, or anything like that, this business offers third party motor vehicle services, providing DUI classes, vehicle inspections, MVRs, and vehicle registrations. So I'm talking about this business because this is the first business that decided to open their doors for Ray and Sons. This is the location that we are at. So if you're in the Glendale area and you're looking for any of these type of services for your motor vehicle, you can visit 2301 West Glendale Avenue, Suite 4, Phoenix, Arizona, 85021. And while you're in there, you can feel free to support and get yourself some snacks or some drinks from Ray and Sons because our vending machines are right there. So if you're ever in that area, feel free to go ahead and get your motor vehicle paperwork done over there. Tell Miss JoJo that Elijah said hi and get some snacks. But the wacky wealth
How
is
much are you charging for people to put their vending machines in their locations?
it is free.
We'll put one in
It's
here.
sure. We can put I actually do want to put one in here, but I
Yeah.
wanted to get a smaller one in here because I have full size and I feel there's
Yeah,
not
it's not
They're
enough people
big.
coming in here all the
yeah,
time,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they'll go
yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Also,
exactly.
they're just really big.
Yeah, yeah, that
I don't know
too.
if it
Like
would
it
fit
would
through the door.
um
It would not fit through the door.
The
it
front
might.
door in there.
Yeah.
It'd be a tight squeeze. We got it through the barber shop. That was just a regular front door too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, this one just feels smaller.
It might be a little smaller, but it wasn't in like a double door or nothing like that at the barber
Mm.
shop. Um, Barbershop is where we got the machine from.
Mhm.
But so the wacky wealth, is just basically just another kind of motivational story. You know, like Ray and Sons isn't just for me to have a vending machine and I can make some somewhat automated income. There's a mission, there's a movement behind Ray and Sons. First of all, Ray and Sons is named after my stepdaughter and my three sons. Her middle name and Jess's middle name
Mhm.
are both Ray, and then we have three sons. So that is the start of our legacy for them.
That's dope.
But it is also thank you, sir. It is also there's a mission behind it. Is we want to provide healthy options to lower income areas.
Mhm.
There was a really big movement when Michelle Obama was married to the president, or well, she's still married.
I
Sorry,
was like, "Wait, did they get divorced?"
because I was gonna say when she was in the White House, but I mean, she was in the White House, but she wasn't like running stuff. But when she was in her position with her husband when he was president, she had a really big campaign on trying to fight what they called food deserts. She had a really big campaign on that, and had a very big focus on that. And that was basically trying to make sure that she can get to those low income areas and them have better options of food. Like there's some areas, low income areas, where they don't even have like real grocery stores. You got to go to the
Mhm.
corner store, and that's how you go grocery shopping.
And it's still like that in a lot of places.
hmm hmm So our one little step is what we're trying to do here, at least locally, is I'm trying to get back into my old areas, which is well, not just my old area. I want to stop. I want to end in my old area and help where I grew up, which is off of like 75th and Indian School area. That's where I want to have the snack around. Pay attention for the snack around. That's on the way. But the real mission is being able to put options out there because that's all we can do. I want to help so many people and I want people to make certain decisions that I feel like would be better for them, but I can't make decisions for anybody and I can't make anybody do anything. But what I can do is present options and then I let you decide. But if you don't have the option to make a better choice, you're never going to make that option or you're never going to make that choice. I mean, so if you don't know that there's better options, there's less sugar options, and it still
No
fairly
food
tastes the same.
dyes.
Yeah, with no food dyes and no extra chemicals in it. If you don't know that those options are out there, then you'll never try it. You'll go ahead and still grab that bag of Doritos that is getting smaller, but the price is going up. So stay tuned for more from Ray and Sons. But if you guys want to support, we are at the third party MVR, and it's off of the 17 and Glendale, off of like 29th Avenue in Glendale near that high school. If you want to stop in and support, thank you very much. We appreciate your business.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, but we'll be doing pop-ups too
yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
Pop-ups. And that's actually what I was gonna get into because it's about just spreading the options. So
Mhm.
was that
It
Friday?
was on Friday.
Last Friday, we went to Friendship Park. We packed up some of the snacks and like if you know me, if you really, really know me, I'm old school West Side Phoenix kid. So I do a lot of stuff that I saw growing up. And this idea came from gosh, it was either the old Mexican dude with the ice cream, or you might see the burrito lady, or even the corn dude, like uh the street corn. So that's where I kind of get that idea from, is growing up and seeing those guys at the park and hustling, doing their thing. So I just packed up my snacks and my drinks and I went to Friendship Park. We did the same exact thing. So stay tuned for that. I have a Facebook page that I'm working on, so I'll be announcing the pop-ups in the future. But right now, we're just kind of just popping up where we can and spreading the info and spreading the snacks and stuff like that the best we can right now. So we did that, and I actually popped up at the first Fridays with Jess when she did
Mhm.
or actually, you didn't even drop it, did you?
What?
What's the name of your
Oh,
business?
Moss Boss.
Moss Boss. So let's okay. So you have this company that's called what? I'm sorry,
Moss Boss.
Moss Boss, and you have your LLC working for a company that's called what?
Moss Boss.
Oh, that's awesome. You have 3 flavors of different sea moss that you're gonna have available.
Mhm.
And what company makes those sea mosses flavors?
Um, I think it was called Moss Boss.
Moss Boss. Okay. So all right, fast word. So I went to First Friday with Jess. So it was Ray and Sons and Moss Boss out on First Fridays. And it was Wacky Wealth because she had a plan. She somewhat had a plan to
Mhm.
do the Moss Boss, but I was just kind of like, you know what? Maybe I should do it too. Screw it. So I just kind of jumped on and went with it. So I wanted to bring that up because sometimes people may think you're crazy or may think you're doing something weird and they may not understand it, but you got to respect the process. And if you got to do something out of pocket just to get some eyes on you, do it. Just as long as you're not
Mhm.
hurting anybody or putting yourself or anyone else in danger or anything, or or any financial danger as well. Um, do it. Who cares if they think you wacky? Do it. You know, just just do it.
Yeah, and we really just threw that together too, like,
Hmm.
I think it was, like, Tuesday that week, I was like, "I think I'm gonna do First Friday, make some sea moss."
Hmm. Hmm.
Just threw everything together in a few days, and, it went well enough that I was like, "I'm gonna get my LLC so I could do this official," because a lot of, these, like, fairs and stuff like that are coming up, they do want you to have your business license
Hmm.
and things like that, so it's a good thing to have in place, regardless.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
good.
It's
I
not overly
highly
expensive, so it's kinda worth just getting it and then
mhm,
having more doors open.
definitely, definitely. Like it is, it's highly, highly encouraged. But like I said before, like I am, for better lack of explanation, I'm a rebel without a cause.
Mhm. Mhm.
I just like being able to test things. So don't get me wrong. If you're in a position where you can't really afford, or you're in a situation where you can't legally get your LLC right now, don't worry
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of places that will still let you do things without all the legal stuff
Yeah.
intact, but it's limited,
Yes, you
that's
are.
the
You will
thing.
be a little bit limited,
Mhm.
but what's the name of this episode?
What
Respect the
is
process.
Mhm.
If
Oh,
you get out there and you bust your butt and you're still doing it, someone eventually may come up to you and be like, "You know what? I like what you're doing. I see your hard work ethic. I like your product as well. How can I help?"
mhm.
Boom. Now you get
Yeah.
your foot in to get your LLC or just get a solid place where you can be at all the time. You might not even be a connection to the LLC. It might be a connection for you to further your business and keep going without an LLC. So
Mhm.
basically, I'm just saying, just do it.
Go for it.
Just go for it.
Remember,
Just do it.
Dennis with Cater Phoenix when we worked for him, and
Mhm.
he said it's always better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yes.
And I love that quote because sometimes we hold ourselves back because we're like, "Oh, we gotta do everything right," and all the paperwork and all the legal stuff. It could be really overwhelming, especially if you don't have anybody in your circle or that you feel comfortable to talk to and get good
Mhm.
advice from. Like, we're fortunate that we do know a lot of entrepreneurs, so I'm able to reach out and be like, "Hey, do you know if this is like if I really need this?" Because when I did the LLC, I went through Inc. Authority, but
Mhm.
I just didn't do the whole package that we did for Wright and Sons. I just did the basic stuff, and of course, they reached out to me trying to be like, "Oh, well, you're gonna need this and you're gonna need that," and I was like, "No, I'm not doing all that." And so then I reached out to Donnell, which is a friend of ours who
The
has
coffee company.
yeah,
The
the
coffee
coffee
company. The
company. He does
coffee,
you
COUGHEE.
yeah. He does CBD infused coffees, and so he does a lot of these pop-ups, and I just reached out to him, and I'm like, "Hey, they were telling me I needed X, Y, and Z," and he was like, "No, all you need is your LLC, your EIN, and then whatever the venue might, want, like,
Like a vendor's license or
vendor's
something like
license."
that.
Exactly. And that you might have to get one for each city. Some cities require for each city and some
Mhm.
don't. But, yeah, it's like it can be overwhelming because you don't
Definitely.
know what you really need or what the best choices are, and you get a lot of mixed answers out there too,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
especially when you're going with a company and you think they're gonna take care of you, you gotta remember there's still sales.
Right? It still sells. They're still business. And
Mhm.
don't get me wrong, like there's certain companies out there that can really help you. And if you really feel like you're because there's some people out there that just don't want anything to do with paperwork. And it's
Mhm.
understandable. Like I don't like dealing with paperwork.
Me either.
I really, really don't like it. Like I'll sit there and read it, go through it if I have to. But and it's funny to me too, because at a young age, I've always been complimented on my vocabulary. And that's the biggest thing about it. It's like I hate going through these 30, 40 pages of paperwork and they're all super legal terminology and I keep getting lost. I'm like, man, now I gotta go look this up again. I don't know what this means. Like, let me Google this again. And now something that should have took me 15, 20 minutes to read is taking me like an hour because I don't know all this legal jargon and I got to research it. And it's like, I don't even want to read this stuff. So it's understandable. So if you have the funds and you have the means to pay for assistance in gathering these things, go right ahead. But just
Mhm.
make sure, like Jess said, realize that the company you're dealing with is still business, it still sells, and they're still trying, for better lack of an explanation, they're trying to get as much money out of you as possible.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people out there that genuinely wanna help you, but they also genuinely wanna get as much money out of you as they can.
Mhm. Yeah, that's their job, that's how they get paid.
Right? It is. It is, and it's understandable. It's
And it's
understandable
okay.
on both ends,
Yeah.
but all you salesmen understand too that no means no. No means no. So,
Let's take a quick break, man.
let's do it. Pay some bills.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Like, and then that was the time that I sharted in my pants in front of the whole. Oh, we're back. We're back. I'm sorry.
That definitely would be bad.
Oh, they didn't hear that? Oh, I was trying to do that so they could hear it. Welcome back. Welcome back. As you can see, we had a commercial. The lights are still on. So we were just talking about just kind of going for it, man, for your wacky wealth segment. We were just talking about how sometimes it doesn't really matter what the naysayers say or the doubt that's in your head. You know, sometimes you got to ignore yourself and just do some wacky stuff.
Yeah, man. You know, me myself, you know what I mean? If you're going to go for a business or anything that you feel that you really want to go after, make sure you're passionate about it. Like you said, number one.
Number one.
Number two, do a little research on who's your competitors, how your competitors are working, how they're building their structures, who you want to be, who do you want to mirror yourself as a company? What companies do you look up to? They're going to be one of your competitors that you're going to look up to.
Right.
And you have to build towards that. You know what I mean?
Friendly competition. Though.
Definitely.
Not necessarily.
It's you have to put that in you to see, hey, look what they're doing, and you try to get where they're going. And that person can always change as you go levels up. You know, you surpass your old person that you were looking at. You go higher, whatever it is. But you know, you also you just want to make sure that you take care of your situation and know exactly what you're doing, because you don't want to get into something and don't know the ins and outs on pricing, how other people are marketing, what other people, how much money is being made by everyone that is doing this, how much money your competitors are making, how much money are they losing, are people, are these companies failing, are most of these people doing well? Do some research, man. Look into it.
Definitely.
Before you might love it, but it might be something that's at this time may not be a smart investment, because at this time, man, look, it's a lot of people doing this. It's a lot of things going on. It's going to take a lot of money to get this off the ground. Maybe start smaller and then work your way. You know what I'm saying? Figure out a different way. Just like I was saying, my first thought is like a restaurant. You love food.
Actually,
and you love to cook. You know, if you love to cook, you know, this is just my opinion. You know what I mean? You have to start from your house. You have to sell plates from your house. Then you get your plates going. You feel as though, hey man, you know what? My plates are going good enough where I need a big size kitchen to keep up with everything.
A commissary.
Then you could get you a commissary.
Well, actually, like there's even commissaries you can rent out in the beginning.
Right.
So you can even go rent out per
just per hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a couple hours.
Yep. Like, hey, I need
you know
it.
What I'm saying? I need it for 2-3 hours. Phoenix has plenty of them.
Yep.
And so that's how you
That's
start to get it off, get it on the ground.
Restaurant people, a little gym
man.
for you.
Don't go in and go get a restaurant.
No,
don't go in and go get you a food truck. Don't spend all this overhead and get yourself in all this debt before you know exactly what you have. Then you have to be able to tell your story. That's another thing. What's your story? How did you get here? What has brought you your love? What has gained? What is it that made you love this? What is it that make you love this today? Who is it that inspires you? What inspires you to get up in the morning? You have to write this story down, and you have to get this story packed. So when people come talk to you, that's all you're about is that story. It may be your daughter. It may be your grandma. It may be your uncle. It may be something that happened to you when you went to prison, or whatever happened to you that made you change your life. Get that story packed, because believe it or not, that story is going to help sell your food.
Right.
Because people, they want to hear who you are and what you came through and why your food is like this, and what was the story of this. If you don't have that, believe it or not, you're not going to succeed. I hate to say it, man. You have to have a story behind your food.
Mhm.
You have to have something that tells people why you're so passionate.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
That's why I'm saying it's like a business is a intricate plan that you have to put together slowly and gain
Mhm.
knowledge and put things. Don't just go start some shit, man. Make sure that you are understanding everything that you're doing and understanding everything that's going on. And just like when you buy a house, you want to know how much other houses cost.
Mhm.
That's what you have to do when you start a business. You want to know what's going on in the
Well, I see.
neighborhood and what's going
I
on
think
in the
I
area.
I think I slightly disagree. For the most part, I agree,
Yeah.
but there's just I just feel like sometimes you do kinda gotta jump in there. Like, you can't have every single
But you
thing
jump
planned
in,
out.
but most businesses fail. We all know this, right?
Most businesses fail, that's true, but
Most business and most fail within the first 3 to 5 years. They fail.
Mhm.
You gotta
But that's
know
why
you
but that's
understand that.
but that's why I also agree with the knowledge. So there's some times where you may not like, we'll stay on the food aspect of it.
Mhm.
You may not 100% know how to correctly price your plates
Right, right, right,
when you first start,
right.
but you've got your own mathematical equation that is making you
But
money.
it's
You may
the
have the
knowledge is
connection,
it's
but
easily found though.
it is easily found. But I'm saying, like, you could still start something like that, and then as you go,
Mhm.
you can learn it.
Definitely, definitely, and
So I'm
that's
not
I
that's what I'm
believe
saying,
that.
like, I don't
You can
fully
learn
disagree. I'm just saying that
as
there's
you go.
certain things that you
But
can start and learn as you go.
I don't know,
You don't
bro.
have to have everything, I'm just saying that because I know how you are, and I feel like you gotta have, like, a final plan blueprint
Nah, man, I
of
don't
I
have to
everything.
have a final
I
plan
think it
blueprint.
depends on the business though. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
obviously if you're talking about a restaurant, you have to have
Dude,
Yeah, a full
everything in place
restaurant. Yeah, yeah.
because
meticulously planned.
that
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
lot of overhead,
It is.
okay?
Mhm.
But if you wanna start making stickers out of your artwork, you don't really need a
Yeah,
huge
Right,
plan for
and that's
that,
right,
kinda
right?
what I'm
right.
saying.
So,
That's what I'm
it
kinda
just
saying.
depends, I think, on what you wanna do,
Mhm.
like
There's a spectrum to it.
yeah, if
There's a
Definitely.
there's
spectrum.
not a lot of overhead, you could jump in and just kinda see what happens and
Right.
then where
Mhm.
it goes, and it's marketing, and it's getting out there and talking to people and telling your story and being passionate, right?
Mhm.
That all that does play into it, but if you don't have a lot of overhead and it's something maybe even just that you do a couple of times a month as a hobby to
Right.
make some extra
Mhm.
money, like, that's still a business, so
Definitely.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't necessarily have to have a
And that's
huge
kinda what I was
plan.
saying, like, if
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
or
depends on what
let
it
me put it this
is.
way. I feel like I'm 100% with Dip on a higher scale.
Yeah.
So, like, if like you're saying, if you're trying to open up a restaurant, or if you're or like yourself, if you're trying to open up a news and entertainment company,
Right.
then yes, I fully agree with you. But
Definitely.
on the other end, like, say
Mhm.
Alyssa wants to sell her artwork, like, she doesn't really I don't feel like she needs to know every single ins and out right now.
Mm.
She needs to basically work on her
Well, definitely
artwork
when you're selling
and
selling yourself
well,
and
no, maybe not artwork
your
as far as, like,
musical art.
paintings, but like she was saying, like, stickers, like, she's
Yeah.
just doing little things right now, like stickers, she's got, like, a couple shirts out
Right.
and stuff like that, so she has the general knowledge of, like, what a shirt
Mhm.
costs, but I don't feel like she really needs to go out there and research all these
I
other
would
print
still
on
I
demand
understand what you
places
guys
and
saying.
you
I
know what I
would
mean?
still advise her to know is everything she can about it, what's going on, because if it's not guaranteed that you're gonna be successful. But if
Mhm.
success do start coming, things come at you fast, man. You
It
start getting
does.
busy. You're really busy. Everything's going on at the same time. It's kind of hard to stop and try to reteach yourself some things. While it's slow, is the best time to, when you're starting your business,
Yes.
start learning a lot about the ins and out of the business, some of the revenue issues, some of the revenue good things, some of the bad things. Just
Mhm.
get a good idea of everything that's
Mhm.
going on. That's all I'm saying. And
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
what business you're in. And I'm not saying that you have to be this genius,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
For sure.
just make sure, just like anything, you most people fail. Most people don't do well. You know what I mean? Most people stay for a little while and it goes away. So you have to think, what can I do to not be most people?
Yeah, I
What
think
can
a
I
lot
do to be different? You know what I mean? And keep my
Mhm.
stuff going.
and I think a lot of
Definitely.
that comes down to the passion, right? Having that
Yeah.
passion and having that drive.
Which is
Not a
number
lot of
1.
people are willing to work as hard as they have to get a business off the ground. If you think an 9 to 5 job is too much or that's a lot of work,
Yep.
I
then you don't
mean,
want to own a
You may not
you
business.
wanna
don't
own
want
a
to own a
business.
business.
That's
You're going to
real,
be
man.
putting in 10,
Don't.
14, 16-hour
16, 20-hour
days.
days for
Yeah,
real.
just depends on the day, right? Especially in the beginning until you get, all of these things in place, because you could have the best plan that you think it is, right? And then the ball starts rolling and you're like, "Oh, that doesn't work. All right, now I
Right.
got to figure something else out," right? So having those resources and the drive
Hard work.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you got to put in the work. I work with some young kids that they like, "Oh, I've been working for 4 hours." I'm like, it's
Right.
not even a full
But
work
they say
day and
they
they're like
love it.
ready to go home.
They say they want it. They say they
Right.
love it. It's like, how
Yeah.
much do you love it if you don't wanna put the work in?
Right.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
I don't know, you just always be reevaluating yourself and your situation, man, and always be willing to listen and learn, man, at all times.
Mhm.
Say
You know what
that
I mean?
last part again. Always willing what?
To listen and learn,
Yep.
Yes.
because we're none of us know it all, man. We're
Nope.
just trying to figure it out.
And
Right.
and I have run into a lot of people over the years. I meet a lot of people from when I was bartending to even now doing what I do. And people that have their own business. I'm like, "Oh, how did you get started?" And some of them are just like, I was teaching yoga and I was really good at it. And then the lady decided to sell me her studio. And now I have 3 studios and a business
My
partner.
mom.
And it just like steamrolls
My mom.
because it's that passion
Mhm.
and someone else sees that in you and they're like, "Well, I'm ready to retire." Yeah, like your mom with
My
the
mom. Like my mom fell
Mhm.
into that same situation
That's
and she
dope.
didn't fully know. And actually, that's a really good example because she didn't fully know. But this is also an exception.
Mhm.
She didn't fully know all the ins and out of the business,
Right.
but she's also getting a business it's already successful.
And
It's already
established,
set up.
right.
She's gonna change a couple things, but it's
Mhm.
already an established
All you
business.
gotta do is figure out the flow and keep it going.
Yeah. But she was, I think it was the third or fourth year, my mom was being she was a swim instructor,
Mhm.
and then the lady who owns the company, her and her family are planning to move to California.
Mhm.
So she's like, I don't want to have these kids miss out and these clients miss out, even though I'm moving, but I'm not going to be able to run the company from California. And she asked my mom, because my mom's slowly been getting like more involved here and there. And this past year, she was really involved with like the scheduling and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, the owner just kind of reached out to her and she's like, "You're kind of the best person I think that could run it. If you want, I'll sell you the business because we're gonna be leaving." And my mom called me and asked me, and she's like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Do it,
Yeah, do it.
do it." I was like, "You're retiring next year,
Right.
and this is perfect. This is
Something
the
to
universe
give you
just letting you
something to
know."
do when you're
Yeah,
retired. Yep.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. So she doesn't have to. I mean, she said she'll probably still do a little something just for health benefits
Mhm.
because her retirement, the city is going to take care of all of that. But she has a nice little setup anyway. She's been working for the city for a long time.
Mhm.
She has, she'll be well off. I
And
don't.
there are ways to even grow that business. Right now, that lady's
Mhm.
only running that business during the summer. But if
Mhm.
your mom like
Yeah,
approached some gyms that have
indoor
swimming pools, yeah, she could,
go year
offer
round.
things like that, indoors. For how many people take their kids to the gym and like they sit in the same playroom every day? Like
Mhm,
that could be something they offer
mhm.
to the children while their parents are working out.
Right, right. That's actually not a bad
So
idea.
there are ways
EOS,
to continue to grow.
EOS. Make sure Jess gets her 5 to 10% though. But there you go, EOS. There's a gym. There's a gym for you.
Mhm.
Do have water. Actually, they should already be doing water aerobics, which my mom could actually probably
I don't think they
incorporate.
do.
Oh, they don't?
I don't
Oh,
think so.
actually, I should probably let my mom know. Like, because she taught water aerobics for like a good, I think like 4 or 5 years. So
I think
she
more
could.
than that.
Was
She
it? It
was
was a
teaching
while.
it since we started dating.
Oh, was she? I don't remember. For a while, my mom's been in the water for a while, and they say black people don't swim. But anyways, yeah, she was doing water aerobics for a while and like taking Dip's advice. Like she could definitely expand the business with that. Like not even necessarily expanding the time of the lessons, but during summertime, it could switch to being water aerobics. If since she might be limited to only indoor pools and gyms and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it could just be like, it's the same company, but we're doing water aerobics for the summer and we're
Yeah.
doing lessons for
Well,
or not the summer, for
It's
the winter. I'm sorry, because summer is when you would be outside for the pool. So during the winter, she could do the aerobics inside.
right.
What were you gonna say?
It's a old cliche, man. But if you plan to fail, if you don't have a
Oh,
plan, you plan to fail. You know what I
right.
mean? I mean, it's easy, man. I mean, for real, you got a plan, dude.
You do.
You got to have your goals. You got to have your plan, especially if
But
you're starting
also,
starting a business.
but also, there's many levels of plans as well too, which is what I struggled with at a young age for a long
Mhm.
time, because I was anti-planning for a really, really long time, because my perception of planning was wrong.
Mm.
My perception of planning was always like kind of how I view you. Like I felt like when I was younger, planning had to be you got it all out down to the freaking decimal
No.
points. Like, but this was just my perception at that
Mhm.
time. So I
Right.
was like, I'm not taking the time to figure all that out. And then I must figure all that out. And then if it doesn't go the way I want it to go, I'm gonna be upset.
It's not gonna go the way
So
you want it to
I'm
go.
gonna just not plan. So that was like my life for a long time.
Right.
And but I just got to the point where the plan doesn't have to be that. You can be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at 8 a.m. and go to the grocery store. That's a plan. I mean, that's not a good business plan, but I'm just saying there's levels to plans.
Right.
Like it can be that simple. You know what I mean? If you are starting a business, you can break your business down into steps and be like, okay, today I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go downtown, I'm gonna get my LLC. Or today I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna put 2 hours on the computer
Mhm.
figuring out how to get my LLC. That can be the plan for today.
Right.
And then once you accomplish that, you go into the next plan instead of having it all planned out. And that's
Mm.
just for those people who are similar to the way I was when I was at a younger age. Like
Mhm.
that planning,
It's intimidating.
yeah, it's intimidating. It discouraged me. Same thing with the reading. It wasn't necessarily intimidating, but it was discouraging trying to get through these 20 pages, and every other paragraph I got stuff in there, legal jargon that I don't understand. So now I got to go over here and look this up and
I
da,
ain't
da,
even
da,
do.
da.
You
And
like when I was listening to you say that, man. I didn't do all that. I just didn't care. You know what I mean? I read what I figured I needed to know, and that's what I did. Figured out the paperwork I need, signed it out. I don't need to know
see,
all this
but
shit, man. I don't care.
but
You know what I
that
mean? Like I just don't
sometimes
care.
it doesn't matter, but that's from my past experiences and having my little bit of trouble with the law
Mhm.
and skimming over stuff and then going back and being like, oh,
Ugh.
I gotta do that too?
Right.
Or I owe
The
that much money
the
too?
hardest part
Like
I
okay, I
can
really need
say
to.
about owning a business so far is financial, definitely.
Mhm.
But secondly, the thing that you need to know is taxes. Taxes is,
Mm.
dude,
Yeah, especially
it's
when you're getting
tough.
some money.
I mean, I don't even know where to start, dude. The best thing I could tell you is get a banking account for your company and do every transaction within that banking account.
Yeah, try to
Uh,
separate
I
as much as you
I
can.
still haven't done that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm a year in, and it's just I set up a banking account for us. Some crap happened. It fell apart. It took
Mhm.
6 months. It felt like for these people to get my damn account ready.
Oh,
But
wow.
you know, it just and then by the time they got it together, you know, some other stuff. So you know, what I'm saying I canceled the damn thing. So now I need
Mhm.
to do it again. But it's important, man, because you know I can't even really do my taxes until then because all my stuff is all over the place.
Mhm.
I need to centralize all my spending, centralize all my money where it's coming in, and then it's gonna be so much easier to do
Mhm.
taxes. But you got to figure, you got to find all your receipts,
Yep.
everything you spent, everything you places you ate, the places you saying you gas. You need all those receipts. You know what I mean? You got to turn that all in, you know, and then everything you made, everything that was people, you know what I mean? You got to have paper trail of that,
Yeah.
you know, and
Well,
those things can be tough if you especially if you're not planning.
it
Right.
depends on how you file, because you can just take the standard deduction and not have to put in all those receipts too. So if your cost for your business is under the standard deduction, which I think is 18,000, if your cost is less than 18,000, then you just take the standard deduction. Then you
Mhm.
don't have to figure out Like,
None of
for
that
us,
stuff.
our costs are way under 18,000 right now, so
Yeah.
you would just take the standard deduction. I mean, yeah, you
And then
still wanna have your receipts and stuff in place in case you get audited,
yeah.
but you don't have to sit there and go through,
But see,
like,
I
"I
know.
spent $7,000 on gas, I spent $8,000 on this," you
We're
know?
over that.
And then the thing we used too kinda helped us out too as well.
Yeah, it
It
takes
was
you
like,
right through
"Oh,
it.
well, did you use this much, or arranged?" There were some things that were, like, arranged, there were some
Right.
things that were, like it'll kinda help you, but I kinda feel like that goes back to, like I was saying, like, there's certain levels, like, once Habari's at the level of having 3 different
Yeah, get an
studios and
accountant.
generating
Nah, man,
50
it's already I already spent 18,000. And
Yeah,
if in the year I
because you have
spend
rent.
right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. I was
Yeah,
thinking
man,
more
that's
like
$1,000 a month, and that's already 12 to 12 grand off tops off that.
yeah.
Then with the equipment and all the electricity and I'm already there, bro.
Mhm.
So it's not
yeah.
it's not a question on that. It's I have to do the different
The upper
deductions,
level.
yeah,
You're in
because I
the next bracket.
right because of how much money I'm losing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's and you got to think about that too. If you're not spending that much money, making that much money, then it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
if you are, then these things that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need to
for
know.
sure, for sure. And that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, there's different levels. Like Jess said, like we're not
We're
at
not
that
at that
level
level.
of
Mhm.
using that much, but you are. So prime example, viewers. Prime example. We're not at that level. We're not spending 18,000. We don't have a
Mm-mm.
rental space because, like Dip was saying, when you start from your home.
Mhm.
You know, we're starting out at home. You
Mhm.
know, Dip's on a higher level. Like I was wishful thinking, but honestly, it makes a lot more sense. I mean, there's 5 different, um, 6, 5, 6,
6 different
6 different
shows.
shows we got
Right.
going on. That's electricity and everything. Every time we're here, he's
Mhm.
got rent. He's constantly upgrading. He's got all these cameras for you guys. All this, all the electrical equipment. You know, like it definitely adds up. But I love that we're even talking about this though,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
for the listeners, I want you guys not to get discouraged and let you know that there's different levels. So you don't have to be, if you're starting something small and you think you're going to be starting out from your home, you don't have to get discouraged from what Dip is saying, because
Mhm.
now you know, as long as you're under 20 or about 20 grand, then you don't have to take his steps. You can go with the
The standard
TurboTax and
deduction.
do the standard deductions and still get some money back for what you've been putting into your business.
Mhm. And the things that you use in your home, like the space that you use in your home is a
Mhm,
write-off. And that doesn't have to be part of the standard deduction, actually. That's a whole separate thing that you
mhm.
can put in for. But
How do you know what you know about taxes and stuff? You
I've
used to
'Cause
do
we
it, used to
tried it
work
last
for 'em?
year.
no, I've been filing my own taxes for like at least 10 years now.
I filed my own taxes, I don't know that shit.
But no, the
Yeah,
business part
because we went through it
we went
last
through it
year.
together last
Oh,
year.
you filed your
Yeah.
taxes as a business?
Well, yeah, so, also because of all the different work that we've done over the years, like
Mhm.
driving for Uber,
Yeah,
you
Okay.
have to
I'm an
file
You have to
independent
totally
file as a
contractor.
different.
contractor,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're an independent contractor. So,
that's the way I work. I'm independent,
Yeah.
yeah.
even though I work for
See,
big companies.
I've never filed like
Mhm,
that. It's a little bit more, intricate, difficult, huh? When you have
Uh
to do those.
Yeah, I mean, because you have to put in a lot more, information, but
Mhm.
TurboTax literally takes you through everything,
yeah.
and,
This is
I
not a paid
had
advertisement for TurboTax.
no, it's not, but, I do really like the service because I've paid to have my taxes done and got less money back and then had to pay hundreds of dollars to have my taxes done,
Mhm,
so it just doesn't make sense to me,
For real.
if I can do it myself and it costs me like 150 to file, and it literally takes an hour or 2
mhm.
I ain't
to put
filed
everything
since
It
the
took
through.
internet
longer.
gave you the option to file yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck that
It did
shit.
take us a little longer this past year with I think it took us a few hours because we didn't have every single thing in place, and it was the
Because you
first
have so
time
many
doing.
jobs.
Yeah.
It's not because we didn't have things in place, it's
No,
because
it's
we
because
have
I
to
didn't.
enter in, like, 6 W-2s every time we
Yeah,
file
but I
for
needed
you.
it. I had also had to, like, acquire all that stuff too, all that
Yeah,
information
Dog, I
waiting
don't
for it
remember
to
what we
come
did
through.
before this.
before taxes
You paid.
Before
or before
online. Did we
online.
really go to
Me
person?
personally
Yeah.
me personally, my mom did my taxes up until Jess.
I'm trying to
So I
maybe
was like,
And you
one of
used
my
to not get
exes you
any
my
money
text.
back.
yeah. Well, I mean, but also I had a different mentality too. Then,
You
like,
were
I didn't.
taking less out. You were taking
I had
your
my
percentages out was less.
no, no. Actually, I've always had my taxes at the mid, like a high mid. Like I never took the middle because they say I forget what I don't even remember what the numbers are.
You should have been getting money back,
But
bro.
well, no, the way I would do it was because my mom was helping me out so much with stuff when I was first young adult. So what I would do is she would do my taxes and she would be like, "All right, you got like 200 back, but you owe like 125, but you still owe me for this bill." So I would just be like, "All right, just keep it all to my mom." 'Cause so then she could pay off
Oh,
whatever I might owe,
so you
the
got
little bit I
money
might
back. You
owe,
just
and
give it
then I would owe my mom money from the year for paying off whatever bill, or she helped me
right.
out with this or da 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 da. So I would just tell my mom, just keep it all.
Yeah, well, that's different.
And then like
Yeah,
little
but
side note, don't quote me on it. I was like hustling and stuff on the side, so I had other money. Other money I didn't really like. Yeah, I wasn't worried about my taxes back then, or I wasn't worried about receiving any money for taxes back then. And also too, like I was a young guy like on the move all the time, so it once I experienced it and I had a family, then it all made sense. Like, damn, taxes, this is awesome.
Right.
Well, the first year I filed for you, you got like 1,200 back. And you were like, "Oh, I'm used to getting like 200, 300 back."
Mhm.
So, I don't know what, platform your mom was
I
using or
don't know what
not,
that is.
but
Something was wrong.
I don't
Right.
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I could have the numbers wrong, but I know for the most part, I almost every year, I there's just things I owed my mom that I never really fully paid off as well. So, like a lot of the times, some of it I wouldn't even be listening to all of it. I would already be in my head. Well, you got this, and it's already in my head. It's like she's just gonna I just let her keep it.
Mhm.
You can just keep it all. If
Mhm.
it's $70 or if it's $270, you can just keep it all. Like she did my taxes. That's my payment of paying her to do my taxes and my
it
payment for
probably
all
was
my
more like
debt throughout the year. Because I probably
$1,000,
still owe her.
$800.
Yeah, but I probably still owe my mom like 30, 40 grand just from life.
You
You know
don't
what I
owe her
mean?
that,
So
man. He had you. That's on her.
no, no,
That's
no.
our
No,
jobs
no,
as
not being a
parents.
mother. There's just other
What?
financial
Nah,
things that
I
me
think
and
that's.
her, like
I'd
I'm not
sign
coming
up
up
for
with
this
that
shit.
number.
I can't blame my kid when they get older and be like, "Oh, you owe me."
Oh
For
no,
the,
she's
I know, but I just
she
think
never
that thinking is
voiced it.
crazy.
That's the way I see it. Like
It's our
whenever I give
responsibility.
my mom money or free services or anything like that, that's how I justify it. I'm like,
My mother used to talk like that.
I
Oh,
probably owe my
you
mom.
don't take nothing. I got you, and I brought you. Like, no, what the? And that's crazy parenting, man. I just
Yeah,
don't
it
agree
does
with that
suck
shit.
though.
Like,
I've definitely seen my other friends in situations like that. And
and it's crazy parenting to me.
yeah.
But I said I understand a kid saying it, but you know what I mean. You don't owe you. She feels as though that was her responsibility. Make
Yeah.
sure you were
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It
There's
is
those
our
little things.
responsibility as
Definitely.
parents.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And you don't ask for anything in return.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying, and the parents who do ask for something in return, you need to look at yourself in the mirror. You got some issues for real.
Right.
But you're at an hour though.
Alrighty, so we're gonna just hit this last segment real quick, and then we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
wrap it up for the day. So we going into we building boy, and today it's gonna be pretty simple because we're just promoting us, what you guys been listening to all day. So if you're interested, actually, you brought what was this one? This is
This is
the
the strawberry.
strawberry. So and then those are going for how much?
Right now the price point is 40
40.
for the 16-ounce
And that's
jar.
the sea moss.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the Moss Boss sea
Yeah.
moss right
So you
there.
got strawberry. That's strawberry. So what do you exactly do you do with the sea moss? Do you just drink it?
So it's like a gel, so you can use it like, jelly, you can just eat it off the spoon, that's why I flavored it because I tried sea moss that wasn't flavored, and it was really hard for me to wanna use it, it was not that great.
People say it tastes
So
just like the sea.
yeah, and we don't eat seafood, so for me, it was just, like, too much of the
Okay.
sea. But so yeah, I flavored them. It's sweetened with raw honey and dates. It's completely organic. The
So
moss is
how would
wild
you
crafted.
what would you say? How would you say the best way for people to ingest it?
It really depends on your lifestyle. So, like I said, you could put it in yogurt, you could put it in a smoothie, you could put it in oatmeal,
Okay.
you could eat it straight up on the spoon.
I would say if you're about that life and you want the most quickest potential
Just
benefits
take
from
it
it,
from the
just
spoon.
take it from the spoon.
Straight to the
Yeah.
head.
But I ain't about that life.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I put it in my smoothies.
I
Okay.
tasted them all, and they all, they have a slight like oceany flavor.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to completely cover it up unless you have mostly fruit and not that
Mhm.
much moss. But it's I mean, I could definitely eat it. And the
Mm.
kids tried it and they were like, "Oh, it's good."
Yeah.
So,
Kid tested.
yeah,
Kid
kid
approved.
tested,
Okay.
mother
So
approved.
yeah, we want to know how you guys eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you guys usually do smoothies with it and put it
Mhm.
a little
Yep.
bit in there for flavor.
Yep.
Well, what I personally do is Jess actually is a awesome person, and she actually portions them out into ice cubes for me, and then I just throw like 4 ice cubes in my shake.
Oh,
So
okay.
I do fruit smoothies every morning. That's the start of my day is water and fruit smoothie.
Yeah, and if you wanna extend the life of the moss, because it's only it starts going bad, like, around 4 weeks.
Mm,
So I would suggest putting it in the ice cube trays, freezing it, and then popping it out and putting it in a bag and storing it that way,
wow.
if you're not gonna eat it daily, right?
Yeah, because that's
So
a lot. You're saying that's a lot that you have
mm,
right there. That's a 12 ounce,
this is 16.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But you want to do ideally, what were you saying, like a tablespoon or a
Yeah, you
teaspoon
could do 1 to 2 tablespoons a day.
a
If you
day?
do it in that,
So
Yeah, so it
you
it would go
really
quickly if you do
okay.
it
if you actually
the
do
way
it
you're
every day,
supposed to,
yeah.
yeah.
Every
'Cause
day, a
about 2
tablespoon.
tablespoons is about an ounce,
It'll be gone
right? Or an
about a
ounce and a
week or so,
half.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's about a half a month of a, um, portion there, so if you're doing it daily.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So if you guys are interested in any of that, you can reach Jess at Facebook at jessica.marrero.505. Did you put that on there on purpose?
No.
Oh, well, that was what was on there when I looked it up. Jessica period Marrero period 505. Try it without the 505. Try it with the 505.
You'll see my face.
I
I
was
think
kind of
it's just
confused when I
Jessica
saw it.
Marrero.
And then the IG, the Instagram is Instagram/Jess Jes Marrer0.
Marrer0.
So JESMARRER0. If you
Yeah.
guys are interested in any of the CMOS, reach out to her. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Elijah DLK Lee. On my IG is Elijah_M_Lee. And that's if you're just interested in me and trying to see what we got going on as far as Desertland Kids and myself. If you're interested in Ray and Sons, the page is going to be Facebook, Ray and Sons LLC, RAEANDSONS LLC. If you're looking for following me on Wealth for Generations, you got Facebook W4GPC, Wealth for Generations podcast. So if you're looking for Wealth for Generations, Facebook/W4GPC. And on that note, I want to give a round of applause to my beautiful co-host for the day, Miss Jessica Marrero.
Thank you.
And another applause for my engineer of all engineers, Mr. Dip to the Lean.
Right on, man. Good episode. Good discussions.
Thank you. And also, too, if any of you guys are interested in what we got going on, or if you want to support our causes, or if you just want a spot on the show, I'm always looking for cool new people to interview. Hit me up. Don't be shy. Hit me up in the Instagram comments. Hit me up on the Facebook comments. Hit me up on the YouTube comments. Just hit me up. Hit me up. I'm nice. I talk back. But on that note, I'm gonna give one more applause, and that one's for you guys. And I'll see you next week. Peace.